Hello, Taurus Tuesdays. How's it going, guys? So, if you're wondering why Zippy is here, you may want to go and check out the pre-readings. I put it up on Sunday. I'm not too sure what it's going to be called, but it's kind of like the introduction to the week. It's a big tell me anything reading where I go through all the energies that I can foresee playing out in the readings for the next week or so. Really, really good, really interesting. Actually, I'm excited because this is my future too. So I'm excited to see how this plays out in the collective energies. You know what actually comes to light. I feel like we're going to see people really being themselves. So really letting their inner light shine. So it's exciting energy. Looking forward to this next couple of weeks. What does it mean for you on a personal level? Well, the song that randomized for you was Tomorrow Never Came by Lana Del Rey and Sean Ono Lennon. So I feel like there could be something that's kind of got a bit of a sliding doors aspect to it. They're showing me Gwyneth Paltrow now. Basically the premise of that song is it's two people who wanted to be together, but they're saying, I waited on the park bench for you where you said to wait, I waited in the pouring rain, and you never came, but they're both saying it. So it's like maybe they were both sat on opposite ends of the park, right? Maybe they just missed each other. It's like this almost like missed opportunity energy that's coming through for a connection with somebody. Something that was meant to be but didn't happen is how it feels like it's coming through. So let's see. I'm going to quickly pull your cards and then we'll kind of discuss them. So what do we have for Taurus, please? Ooh, the cave. Yeah, secrets. Keep your secrets inside. The thing with this energy, though, it could be a Capricorn that you're dealing with. This is specifically a Capricorn card for me, just because of what they've been going through with Pluto in the chart. But it does give me the energy of somebody wanting to say something but being forbidden from saying it. So you can see there's two different hands there. So it's like somebody's got the hand over somebody's mouth and restricting what they're saying. They're not allowed to say something, they're not allowed to express the feelings. The bridging a gap, perhaps. So the cave, it could be that somebody's doing some shadow work. The cave is kind of like hermit energy. If you know the hermit card, it's going within, doing a lot of deep dark shadow work where you really kind of confront your inner demons. You look back at the past, you look at the things that make you feel guilty or weak or insignificant or inferior or guilt, and just generally all those kind of yucky feelings. But then you really go and look at them and really do that work on processing and releasing, and then you actually come out a lot stronger, as a person because you've done that inner work. So it could be that you need to do some inner work, Taurus, here, especially in regards to something from the past that you've got regrets over or that you haven't spoken about. What else for Taurus, please? Vulture. Again, the vulture is a very spiritual card. It does talk to me about somebody who's picking over the bones. Now, a few weeks back, you had something about they're still fighting over everything that you left. So it could be that somebody has passed away, and there's either someone's passed away or something's ended. Like something didn't work out, something ended. But there's this picking over the bones energy, right? Really picking off the basically, sorry, I shouted then. Basically, the vulture is the cleanup crew. It's not a bad animal. It's not a mean animal or in any sort of way. The purpose of the vulture is to tidy up something, right? To clean the bones. So it's funny, there's something going around on Twitter at the moment. I think it's from TikTok. It's a bones day, or it's a no bones day. It's this dog that look at me, like I am a millennial, just right. This boomer explaining a meme to people. I'm well aware that I'm very hello fellow kids right now, but it's this dog, and it's like if the dog's happy, it's a bones day. The dog's getting a bone. If it's sad, it's a no bones day. It's a bit like Groundhog Day, right? If the groundhog sees its shadow, it's going to be a long winter or whatever they call it. So it's I don't know why that's coming through, but it is. So picking the bones clean, and then the dog can have the bones, right? But the cleanup crew has to go in first. So it's clearing out bad karma, clearing out residual gunk that's internal for you, stuff that's from the past, stuff that it feels like stuff that didn't work out in the past, and maybe it's left you feeling a bit inferior, right? Maybe you had a big crush on somebody in high school, and you didn't get chosen to dance at the school prom, so now you're like, well, why didn't they choose me? Why didn't they choose that person? Why is that person so much better than me? Are they more attractive than me? You know, like, what does that person have to offer that I don't have to offer? You know, it's not really about the comparison between you two. It's if this is your story, if it's not, just leave it. It's for somebody, right? It's not really about the comparison between you two. It's that um, you can't try and be like somebody else to attract somebody, because then they're not actually attracted to you in the first place. They're still attracted to whatever it is that you're trying to show from that other person, right? You want to attract somebody to you who's right for you, and you can only do that if you're authentic. Again, go and watch the pre-reading, the Tell Me Anything reading on Sunday, because it's all about letting your true colours shine, right? So yeah, you're going in, you're doing some residual energy work from something that disappointed you or hurt you. I'm getting hurt, I can feel it. It's like they're showing me a card as well that's called Healing the Ouch. I may just get it out, because maybe if they're showing it me, they want me to show it you. All right, so here we go. Heal the ouch. I'm getting Aquarian energy, mostly because of the fox, or possibly Gemini energy. And there's something about martini glasses as well at the moment. It kind of came through for me. Choked on the olive on his dry martini. Somebody's reading. It was the song that was in somebody's reading, and then it was on one of Awakening to Spirits readings as well, where she was pulling this thing about pulling spaghetti out of a wine glass or a martini glass. So I'm just noticing the martinis. Okay, so the song, I don't know who it's relevant to. I don't know why it's coming through in a Taurus reading, but it is. It's because it wasn't the Taurus reading that this came through for. I feel like it was Capricorn or Aquarius. And they got a song by Sleeper. I admit it all started as a scam, because every girl wanted you and a year-round tan. I know you're old, but you're kind, and your heart is dicky. Yes, I know that you wanted me. And then ultimately the guy chokes on an olive in his dry martini. So ouch. And I remember when I put that song in the reading, I was like, that is an ouch song. If that hits the mark with anybody, that's harsh. You know, I only went after you because everyone else wanted you, and you were a prize to be won. Came out in, I think, a Cancer's reading as well. And I remember thinking that's shitty. You know, at the time when I was putting the readings up, I was like, that's really shitty. That's not nice energy. You know, I just went for you because you were the prize to be won. I didn't really, you know, it was yucky. So the martini glass seems to be connected with that storyline and that energy, and I don't know. So if that is your story, and for some reason you're watching a Taurus reading, because it was like Cancer and I swear it's Capricorn or Aquarius. Cancer, Capricorn, Aquarius. I swear it was one of those signs. If that's your situation, then that's sucky, and that's not you. That's that other person. You know, that's that other person not knowing what they want, and you know, acting low vibrationally, because you don't get together with someone because it's like a game or something. That sucks, and that says a lot more about them than it does about you, I think. So there's this healing the ouch energy. Don't heal it with martinis. I don't think that's the best way to do the shadow work, but forgiveness is the healer of the soul. This is a time for great soothing of the heart, body, soul, and mind. As this card indicates that healing will be prevalent. I'm getting told that you deserve love, right? You do deserve love. I don't know, that other person was really shitty. This is a time for great soothing of the heart. It's hard to look at that as well. I can feel it. If that's your story, like, I can really feel it. Yeah, it hurts to look at it. It really, really makes you feel like makes you feel used. Used and embarrassed and taken for a fool. Well, I want to say it's not your fault, right? I feel like whoever this is, they're a good person. They got taken advantage of. This is a time for great soothing of the heart, body, soul and mind, as this card indicates that healing will be prevalent in your life right now. If you feel drawn to study the healing arts, you will be successful in developing your natural capacity to restore others to wellness. However, the message may be that you're being called to change your behaviour in order to heal the earth. Perhaps you'll switch to a cruelty-free diet, eating less meat, or perhaps you'll pay more attention to how much water or electricity you use. You're asked to be conscious of your footprint on the sacred earth and all of life and to commit to the healing path. The Heal the Ouch card may also be an indicator of old wounds and broken bonds being mended. Reconciliations are possible now. Let bygones be bygones. All right. Taurus, if this is your story, this is... But the picking over the bones, right? The picking over the bones of the situation is ultimately good because giving me knick-knack, paddywhack. Again, this old man energy. This old man, he played too. He played knick-knack on his shoe with a knick-knack, paddywhack, give the dog a bone. This old man came rolling home, right? He played knick-knack on his knee. He played knick-knack on his door. Don't know what that is. Okay, let's keep going. Keep going because I'm getting too into it already. This old man, he played 6. He played... Sorry, I'm distracted. I'm not going to take... Feeling out in the cold, feeling like something was denied you or something didn't work out, something failed. Taking action, moving forwards, moving on from that. Finding balance or having to juggle 2 situations. I'm going to go again. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by something over here. There could be a storyline for some of you. I'm getting very, very specific storylines, Taurus. I don't know why, but for some of you had perhaps a father figure, and somebody, could have been a nurse. They were wearing a mask because it's a raccoon. Somebody was hurt. Now, they could have been physically hurt, like they could have had an ailment, like an old man with like a dicky heart or something, because that's what she says in the song. You old but you're kind and your heart was dicky. Yes, I knew that you wanted me. It's almost like the nurse goes in to look after this old rich man. It's a very specific scenario. It's not going to be for everybody. The old rich man wants the nurse, you know, like gold digger energy. Now, I'm not saying that's definitely what it is, but that's the storyline that's coming through. This person's wearing a mask. I know you're old, but you're kind, you're rich, and your heart is dicky. So it's somebody who is meant to heal, but actually they were taking advantage of this person's vulnerability. I don't like that. Really don't like that. 38 could be significant. 40 could be significant. 32. I'm reading The Cave. Fighting over everything you left. It could be, another scenario that it could be is somebody could have lost a parent or something. Somebody came in like they were trying to support this person, they were helping this person, but they were looking for an in, like it was a scam. And this person can't talk about it. The dark, the portal, the interior. Those who are fortunate enough to find and enter the cave are forever changed. It's a place of potent power, acting both as a portal to another realm and a sacred space for sacred ritual and initiation. The cave is a place to return for meaningful retreat when one can see the true self in the darkness. In esoteric teachings, the cave is known to reside at the centre of the heart. Within its walls, the whispers of compassion and self-understanding can be heard. Self-compassion is self-understanding, right? And especially if you've been taken for a fool, like you've been scammed, you know, the embarrassment that comes with, and the kind of self-hatred for letting yourself fall for it. You know, forgiving yourself for it, understanding that they were the bad people, right? And it's good to be kind, it's good to have an open heart, it's good to be compassionate. And if somebody's taking advantage of that, then don't make yourself become jaded because somebody else has been Oh, I don't like it. Yet, because of its mystery and power, many of us fear the cave and never try to find it. We bury ourselves in the bright lights of the city, where the cavernous and dimly lit chamber calls out to us in the night. Where is your cave? You already know. Return to it and tend the fire. What is the cave energy? Yeah, look, Taurus in reverse. I feel like I could be dealing with a cross watcher. Taurus, I want to say this isn't you, because if you're watching my readings, you're doing the shadow work. This is, you could have been dealing with another Taurus or somebody who's reflecting. The King of Pentacles in reverse is greedy. They hold on to money. They value money and possessions and work and things over everything else. Very, very materialistic. Very controlling. This person controls money. They use money to control other people. They are jealous. Yeah, not a good energy. Somebody's moving on from it. It could be somebody's father. Again, I'm getting a lot of father energy. Somebody's father was very materialistic, very controlling people, but with the money, right? Somebody's healing, somebody's moving forward from this. Still kind of in the thoughts, but it's almost like the feelings are leading them out of this situation, right? They're being guided out of this situation. So I also think if somebody's had somebody, like perhaps like a very rich father, somebody could be cross-watching for a rich father, who perhaps was taken advantage of for the money. I feel like this could bring out an insecurity in the child, where the child's thinking, how do I trust people? Do people just want me for my money? Are other people just like vultures? They're only out for, I think I had a reading like this, is like the Rich Prince reading, right? Like, are they just like, you know, when you've got a lot of money, when you're rich, when you can give a lot to others, or perhaps somebody who's in a position to give to others. It could be somebody who's like the boss of a company, you know, somebody who hires and fires people, right? Somebody who decides whether people are getting promotions or not. It's like this sucking up energy. It's like Richard II, if you know the Shakespeare play Richard II. He's got flattering panderers around him. I think that's actually from a different play. I think that's Thomas, or is it Marlowe? It might be Marlowe. Flattering panderers. Pandering to somebody for their money. So if you've grown up with somebody like this and you've seen this in a person, it can be very hard to trust people and know who your true friends are, because do they just want something from me? Do they just want me to open a door in the career, or do they just want money from me? And it was very much what was coming through that Cancerian energy, and that it was Capricorn, I think, because it was on the same day over the last 2 weeks. I don't like it. Vulture. I think it's good to be wary of other people's motives, especially if you've got a lot to give. You know, it's very, very natural and it's very sensible to be wary of people. It sort of makes me think, they're showing me, because they're giving me archetypes, like character archetypes. So this, I feel like this, almost like the sun energy, could be someone like the character from Glow. If you ever watch Glow, there's the investor character. I think he's like an investor producer. He's so enthusiastic, absolutely such a lovely like puppy dog of a character, right? He's but he's kind of just really wild because he's grown up with money. You know, he's like, he's not good with money. Again, this could be somebody who's not good with money. He doesn't have, like, I don't know, like, you'd have to go and watch the program if you want to see more about that character. I can't remember what his name is. It's got a funny name. They tried to give it me, but I was talking and I missed it, and it's not coming back. No, it's gone. But yeah, like it's that kind of character, right? Vulture. And there's something about like public persona as well, like what's expected of somebody, like what's expected of the family. I feel like I get this for you quite often, Taurus. I can't find the vulture. Why can't I find the vulture? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's like somebody's been stealing money or something and you're like, I can't work out who it is. It's like, I know somebody's siphoning funds, but It'd help if it was in alphabetical order, and it's not. Right, okay, vulture. Because it says guardian, right? Guardian and purifier, essential for rebalance. The vulture, this is what I mean, it's not bad. The vulture is perhaps the most misunderstood creature of all. This intriguing bird balances our ecosystem and prevents the spread of disease. It does the dirty work that no one else wants to do and cleans up our messes. The vulture appears when there's a situation that needs to be purified or brought back into balance. Remember, the vulture is greatly undervalued. What you thought was a mistake or tragedy is a blessing in disguise. So this could be like a lawyer or something I'm getting. It's kind of giving me like the vulture from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but not. It's like the cleanup crew, right? It's like a powerful family, and they've got. It's not going to be for everybody, this reading. It's really, really not. It's very specific. Like a powerful family, and they've got the lawyers, right? They've got the people who say, this is what you can talk about, this is what you can and can't say, right? It's like the family business, the reputation is at stake, something like that. Yeah, heartbreak, Six of Pentacles and a Fool. There's definitely this moving on. Somebody's again, it could be that somebody's passed away and there's this division of the assets. You're still fighting over everything that's left. Some people are going to get more than others. Somebody, I feel like, again, with this King Lear energy, somebody's genuinely heartbroken over the situation. And the payout may not be fair. But when this closes, when there's a line drawn under it, it does allow somebody to take a bit of a leap of faith here, to be free from the situation. I do sense that somebody's trying to be free from a situation here. It's almost like a cutting your losses energy. To be able to move forward, but there is some kind of blockage. What else? Okay, what else, please, for Taurus? What's that? Bit of ash or something? Well, that's a bit of a metaphor for something, isn't it? Ash on the vulture. Knight of Voices. Knight of Voices and Knight of Emotions. Nice combination. I like the knights in this deck. The Knight of Emotions is a lovely card. It's probably one of my favourite cards. The Knight of Voices and Queen of Swords in reverse. Is she meant to be in reverse? Can I double check that? Nope, she's upright. Yeah, somebody's getting clear. Somebody's definitely lawyers involved, or paperwork, or legalities, or contracts. Somebody's protecting the heart. But they're not talking, they're not communicating, but they've got a clear vision of what they want to move towards. Just noticing these flags as well, like the blue flags, the red flags. It's almost like red light, green light, if you want to talk about another meme. It's like waiting for the green light, right? Waiting to take a leap of faith forwards after a period where somebody's been quite closed. So let's look at that Knight of Voices. I get King Lear a lot. King Lear's, you know, it could be like somebody drawing up the will, right? What do I leave? What do I leave? I've got 3 children. I leave, what am I leaving to each person? Who loves me the most, you know? Who do I love the most? Who loves me the most? So everybody's like sucking up to them. And there's always that like Cordelia character who genuinely loves them the most, but, you know, perhaps can't say. A quick and intelligent, heroic energy, boldly speaking the truth. Hello, Queen of Swords. Boldly speaking the truth, swift energy, purposeful, fast and logical thinking, a drive to succeed, taking action, a need to focus, taking care not to be overbearing, prompt, a wink of truth. Ow, my heart. Oh, got a big heart punch. Wings crashing down. What I'm getting already, what caused the heart punch was, and again, it could be somebody with it could be somebody has a bit of a dicky heart, right? A heart problem. And it's like everybody's tiptoeing around them. Nobody wants to upset them. Nobody wants to get them like angry or emotional, because then it might affect the heart. So it's like nobody's really saying the truth, right? Nobody wants to tell this person the truth. But it's almost like, now again, be very, very, very careful. I'm not giving you advice so much as saying what I'm picking up on is that somebody just says the truth, right? Somebody's almost like somebody's done. Like they're done walking on eggshells. And it's almost like it only takes one person to say something, and then it's like the contract's void. is the way it's coming through. So it could be, it's almost like the silence is only kept because nobody's saying anything. There's definitely 3 people involved, right? There's 3 swords in that heart. The silence is only kept. Again, Stardust was coming up as one of the underlying themes for this week. And at the beginning of that movie, there's a king dying in the bed, and he's saying to his sons, you know, like, who's going to get my kingdom? It's the person who gets the star. So there's a contract, but it's hurting everybody involved. Oh, excuse me. I'll go and see what that is. Hey, so sorry about the interruption. It's so funny how things work out. After everything we were talking about in the reading, the person knocking on my door was my dad. He'd been trying to ring me, but I just hadn't seen that he was trying to call me. I didn't know he was coming around today. And he's been bringing things around because my nana's just gone into a care home and they're selling her house, which means they're looking at her things and what goes where. These are my bits and bobs. He's walking past now. I can just see him walking back. Yeah, these are my bits and bobs from my nana's house, which because I just wanted things to remember her by. And my dad actually grew up in Nigeria. My granddad, my grandpa, worked in Nigeria. And so when they were leaving, they were given a lot of like different crafts from the people in the like village that they lived in. Yeah, so it's not necessarily to my taste. I wouldn't like anything that was new, but these are very, very old. So I've got like a little bone, like a little antelope or something, like a little bone antelope with like got real fur on it, and a little, I think it's ivory or bone maybe. This little, he's got a very cute face. My dad's kicking himself because he's so disappointed because it actually broke when he was bringing it here. But it's a little like a little crocodile. It's got like such a little funny derpy face. I love it. And this, oh yeah, you can see its tail's broken, bless it. But that's part of it, right? It's like the Japanese pottery that, you know, it's actually part of its story that it got broke. You know, part of the humanity that my dad's disappointed that it got broken. You know, it's part of the object story now. And this brilliant, like head, it reminds me of like the Benin stuff. So, yeah, so the local people gave them the gifts when they left. And I really wanted to kind of remember that story. And yeah, so it's funny, isn't it? I was talking about somebody could have passed away, and this thing about dividing who gets what. And I remember when my dad was asking, he's saying, what do you want? I was like, something from, I said, something from Nigeria, because that's part of the story, right? Something from Nigeria. And I actually asked for some egg cups, because I remember my nana, when I was really poorly and upset at her house one day and I didn't want to eat, she made me some like poached egg and mashed it up, and it was really, really tasty in these little like cups. So I've got the egg cups and this cat picture, because I don't actually think it's worth anything, but it's just such a memory from her house. Like I remember it hanging on a wall. So I was like, I just want things to remember her by. I just want things to you know, so I can remember the experiences that I had with her, and like I can remember being in her house and like, you know, her healing me, her giving me the mushed up egg, and then yeah, and then stories from a place that I'd never been to, but her house was full of things from Nigeria that make me think of like that experience and how much they loved it there and how much they still associate with the place. So my dad's just been to the dentist as well, and he said the lady dentist was from I think, is it Lagos in Nigeria. So they had a really good conversation about it. So it's like that bond that was created there, kind of like guest friendship, right? As I don't know. So I like that part of the story of my family history. So again, I wasn't like, give me the most expensive things in my nana's house or anything like that. I was like, just something to remember her by. So it's just so funny that this is what I was talking about in the reading, and then literally it's happened there in real life during the reading. So Knight of Voices. I do worry about the judgment as well, you know, obviously race relations and things like this, and you know, there's things about, obviously this is animal bone, but it's so long ago that it's, I don't know, I wouldn't recommend anyone, you know, make anything out of bone now. I'm vegan, I'm vegetarian, not vegan. So yeah, wings crashing down on the air to lift her massive body, the Knight of Voices makes the impossible look easy. She is quick to rise and to bring massive speed and momentum to her world. Using wind speed, coordinates, logic and gravity, she hoists herself into the air as easily as if she were featherlight. Or at the very least, she makes it look easy because her majestic and skillful way of being in the world is both graceful and swift. She swoops in to play the hero again. She wants you to fly ahead with determination without domineering. There's no need to flaunt talents or intelligence when you can simply be in the world. Cut through any nebulous clouds with logic and reason and communicate your plans clearly as you fly ahead towards your success. I calculate the risk, and as I calculate this thrive, and I fly ahead determined with the numbers on my side. So a calculated risk, a logical calculated risk, making a move, playing the hero, and she's encouraging you to fly ahead with determination without being domineering. There's no need to flaunt your talents or intelligence when you can simply be in the world. So again, it's this thing about being authentic and being truthful and doing what's logical and right for you, right? So let's get a card on that. The Knight of Voices. Yeah, somebody's about to take action. I feel like somebody's about to take action. Somebody's about to communicate something. Somebody's going to move forwards to make something right, to make something fair, to support somebody else, I feel, in something that they're doing. And then here we have the Queen of Swords as well. So the Knight of Voices takes action. It's like the truth being spoken, the thing being said, right? It's the moment of, that's what I was talking about. I remember what I was saying now, because it's been about 40 minutes since I did the first part of the reading. So it's almost like nobody can speak. Everybody's, I'm hearing under oath, everybody's under some sort of legality or promise that nobody's going to speak about something, but it's actually keeping everybody in heartache. So it's like once one person speaks, it's everybody can, it's like the Me Too movement, right? It's like one person speaks out, one person breaks the contract. It's like the contract's void and everyone can speak. So it's like the action's taken and then it moves into this more forward-facing, knowing, calm, resolute, but peaceful situation. And a leap of faith. Tell me about the Queen of Swords, please. Tell me about the Queen of Swords. Love it. You are a badass being full of life, love and possibilities. And through this deck, may you find a path to your best self. You've got the cover card, but I keep it in there because it's such a good message. You are a badass being full of life, love and possibilities. Through this deck, may you find a path to your best self. So, I was getting something because I looked to the, I don't know if it's bone or ivory, but, you know, obviously you can't, there's legalities here about importing and things like this when it comes to things made of animals, which is quite right, you know, you don't want poaching or anything like that. There's moral implications to having items like this, but it is historical. It is a piece, it belongs in a museum, maybe that's where it'll end up. But you know, there's history attached, there's a story attached to the object. So some people see things, I don't know if it has any value, but people look at things because of the value. You know, how much money is this worth? And I think that's the wrong way to look at things. I think you have to look at things because I have no idea. I have no idea if any of this is worth anything. I like it because it looks at me funny, and I like it because it reminds me of my family experiences, my family history. and the kindness that was shown to my nana. And I mean, there could be something to do with race relations, right? Reparations, reputation. I can't think of the word. I can never say it. It's one of those words that, like, it's like I get a bit like dyslexia over it. My dad's dyslexic. Like reparations. You know, sometimes like you read a word more than you say it. So yeah, could be something like that as a factor in this reading. You know, somebody built. Yeah, because we were talking about this person being too materialistic, right? Wanting things because of the value. It's making me think of so I was going to tell you about a story that my dad told me, but it's making me think of something else as well. So my dad told me that when he was clearing out my nana's house, he got a bottle of whiskey and took it home, and his wife said, should we open that whiskey? And he's like, yeah, okay. And like, they opened the whiskey, they smelt it, they drank a bit of it. They're like, oh, this is all right whiskey. And then he looked at it, and it was from like 1940 something, and he googled it, and had he not opened it, it was worth upwards of £3,000 and possibly towards the £60,000 mark. And he'd opened it, and so now he's drank it all. And I said, was it worth it? Was it like the best whiskey you've ever tasted? And he was like, no. You know, like, you could buy how many, you know, if you went and bought £20 bottles of whiskey, how many could you buy for that? It's not worth it. And it makes me think of something that was in the news this week about, you know, Salt Bae. I don't know if you know Salt Bae. He's a celebrity chef, and he's got a restaurant, and it's very, very expensive. They have like gold-covered steaks and shit like that. I'm sorry, nothing tastes that good. Nothing tastes that good. No. But somebody had been to this restaurant, and they'd ran up a bill, and it was like thousands and thousands of pounds, like honestly like 60,000, 70,000 pounds, something like that. And they'd put on a service charge, and I think it was about £3,000. And so it's like there was an initial uproar that was saying, oh my god, you know, the service charge of £3,000, that's extortionate. But then everybody replied, there was like a you know, a movement backwards against that, saying, look, if they've got £70,000 to spend on like a £20,000 bottle of wine, then why are they complaining about a £3,000 service charge? Like, of the people who are actually doing the work, you know, to put it into perspective. So I think there's something in this reading, Taurus, about value of being in the eye of the beholder, and also things being, why is something worth something and other things aren't? And it's because it's some kind of, it's because people say something's worth something. You know, they're giving me $50 for a t-shirt that's from thrift shop. So it's all in the perspective. There's something in here about things of value and perspective, and it's only valuable because people say it's valuable, because they buy into that kind of Instagram life that was coming through. And I think it was coming through, was it for Aries' reading or for the Tell Me Anything reading, Insta Life? It's only valuable because other people think it's valuable, but once that perception's changed, it loses its value, right? So value's in the eye of the beholder, and you should value what you value because it's meaningful to you, and not because other people tell you it's the thing to have. Right, Taurus. Advice for Taurus, please. Advice for Taurus, please. Advice for Taurus. You have Hathor, celebration, rejuvenation, and gratitude. The cows may be significant. She's got little cow earrings on. I think she's related to cows, isn't she, Hathor? So this deck, it's kind of like angels, earth angels kind of thing. It's like, so there could be somebody in your life, in your physical life, a real person who is acting in this kind of energy, somebody who is the embodiment of this kind of divine energy in your life. So keywords: rejuvenation, gratitude, or celebration. Hathor is an ancient Egyptian sky goddess who is usually depicted as a woman with the head or ears of a cow. She is an uplifting and loving mother goddess who is associated with women, women's health, love, fertility, the heart, the planet Venus, music, dance, joy, rebirth, rejuvenation, and feminine expression. She is also the consort of Horus. When Hathor appears, it is, time to celebrate life and all of its gifts. The Oracle. Celebrate yourself, acknowledge your successes, and live every day in gratitude for all that you have and all that you are. So if you particularly coming to this reading for love and relationships, it says, do something to celebrate with your friends, family and loved ones. Celebrations bring us all closer together and create so much joy and happiness in our lives. If you're asking for work, celebrate your successes and achievements. If you're asking for home, play some high vibrational music, sing or chant mantras to lift the energy of your home. If you're asking for money, spend your money on experiences, celebrations, and creating joyful memories. I do feel like there is definitely a material aspect to your reading, Taurus. Spend your money on experiences, celebrations, and creating joyful memories. Okay, not on things that you're told are valuable, but which don't actually carry any significant emotional value. Embody the energy of Hathor by dancing, playing music, singing or chanting, prioritizing joy, looking after your own health and well-being, opening your heart chakra, planning events and celebrations to bring people together. Okay, I hope this was helpful to you. Do take care of yourselves, do heal the ouch, and make things better. Yeah, make things better for yourself and others. You are a badass being full of life, love and possibilities, and take care of yourselves, Dora. Hi, Dora. Taurus. Do leave me a like, subscribe, share this with friends if you think it's their story, and yeah, everybody who's coming to the channel, you're really helping me out, so thank you so much. Do take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.